Alright, cosplayers, in this video I'm going to be giving my review for God of War. Keep in mind, I was not a fan of the previous installments. They just weren't my thing. This game looks incredible. I play it on a standard PS4 at the moment, and it still has scenes where I'm just left thinking, wow. I've taken multiple screenshots just because the environment looked that good. I will say it doesn't look as nice or as polished as Horizon Zero Dawn, but hell, few games do. Everything from backgrounds to character design, there's little subtle design choices that, like, either in the background or even on the armor that you're wearing, makes the world feel very lived in and real. The gameplay and combat systems are pretty good. The climbing aspect reminds me of a less exciting version of Uncharted, but it's less exciting because they are focusing on giving you more story instead of action beats. The parry system can be a little wonky at times, especially in more hectic fights. I've said out loud a few times, I know I hit block in time for that, or how did that attack hit me, and that can definitely be a little frustrating while doing a secret boss. All around though, it has a couple rough edges, but not enough to ruin the experience. The story is both good and very cliche. The basic plot, without going into any spoilers, is someone has died and you're taking their ashes to the highest point in the realm. Pretty average story, nothing groundbreaking. It really starts to feel like a video game when it introduces roadblocks to extend the longevity of the main story. I am enjoying it, however. Just don't expect anything groundbreaking or super original when it comes to this. The characters are what really make the story interesting and worth investing into. I'm always wondering who will show up next or what crazy thing is waiting for me around the corner. The Norse mythology woven into the game is amazing and really gives this universe a depth I didn't expect. The only time I was annoyed with the characters does happen in a spoiler moment, so I won't go into details, but something happens and a character changes their personality in almost like a complete 180, and then seemingly for no reason, as of yet, I haven't completely finished the campaign yet, changes back to how that character was before. I found that kind of awkward when the rest of the characters have been very grounded and extremely consistent. The character building is great. It feels like, you start off with being kind of like distant from everyone, and then you slowly, warm up to certain characters. Very cool. I like that a lot. The Last of Us comparison is definitely warranted. The stories are kind of similar, but the two games as a whole are completely different. God of War has taken what Naughty Dog did with Joel and Ellie's relationship and gameplay mechanics and really built that up to another level. I felt like Ellie was just kind of there sometimes and could be forgotten about if things got bad in a fight. Atreus in God of War feels valuable. He's always jumping into a fight, whether shooting an arrow or two, or full-on melee attacking enemies, and building up on your combos. You also have the ability to tell him when to attack with magic arrows and abilities, which makes him extremely valuable in boss fights especially. Have low health, stay back and have Atreus pick an enemy's health away until you can recover. There's also armor pieces that you can buy or craft where he will find health and throw you health if you're low on health. It doesn't happen very often, and sometimes in boss fights it can be a little too infrequent, but it's supposed to be hard. I'm playing on the second highest difficulty, so that might go up or down depending on difficulty setting. I'm not sure. Then there's the open world aspect. This is something that I love in video games when done right. The map is pretty big, but as far as exploration goes, you're somewhat limited to the middle of the map, with a few exceptions. There are puzzles, hidden objects, and things to explore that will have you coming back again and again as you learn new skills and abilities to solve said puzzles and open new areas. I do wish it was a larger area to explore, but in a game that I wasn't expecting to have this element in it, period, I'm very okay with this. There's also an element I won't spoil here that allows you to travel to other areas. This makes the world feel much larger and also is a great addition to the game. There are no loot boxes, no monetization of any sort as far as I've come across. Like I said, I haven't beat the full game. That might change. I don't know. I'm not completely sure how the full-on end game is. Which in this day and age is unique and a breath of fresh air. Everything is earned and purchased with in-game experience and resources. It might take a while to get, but damn if you feel rewarded for your time. The armor and leveling system was also something that I didn't expect. When I saw it, I didn't expect the depth it carried. You level up your weapons and armor with items you grind for or progress through the campaign to get from boss fights and special events within the story. It takes a while to go from rank to rank, and that makes me feel accomplished and rewards my time and energy. You can also add perks to your armor that add to your stats, like luck, which allows you to find more money, maybe more rare resources from chests and broken vases and stuff like that. Or defense, which makes you harder to kill. Or strength, which obviously, as the name says, makes you stronger. And then there's a bunch of other stats that help, like with your cooldown of abilities and your how much health crystals impact your health. Stuff like that. Very nice. All in all, this game is fantastic. Santa Monica Studios seems to have been watching popular video games over like the last 5 to 10 years, like the Uncharted series or The Last of Us, or even open world games like Final Fantasy 15 and Horizon Zero Dawn to an extent. A small extent, but to an extent that is definitely there. And they have learned from their mistakes and their triumphs. Sure, the story is a cliche video game structured story. Yes, there are a few bumps in the combat system, but that doesn't get in the way of a great experience. I've gotten a little choked up in parts. I've had feelings of pure excitement, wonder, and the need to just stand up and gloat I finally killed something or exclaim how badass a fight or a background was. If you're wondering, as a God of War fan, should you buy this game? Unfortunately, I can't speak to that audience, as like I said at the beginning, I didn't like those games. They were just a bit too arcadey, too not enough there for me. I can say they did not trade the brutality of Kratos for emotional cuddling. This game is brutal, and the kills in this have not lost their edge from older versions. I will say, as a fan of video games, as a fan of amazing worlds and a good story, I can say without a doubt this game is worth purchasing at full price. If this game has any DLC whatsoever, I can't wait to buy them. I definitely want to return to this version of this story, of this character. So, hopefully I've done this game justice in my review. Have you played it? What do you think? What's your favorite parts? What's your least favorite parts? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, stay positive, be happy and healthy, and live long and prosper. And until next time, have an incredible week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.